It's different for everybody, but generally, what happens is at some point in your life, the dream starts becoming a nightmare. It starts becoming very uncomfortable. Now, this is necessary because nobody wants to wake up from a great dream. Hey, if you got everything and everything's going fine, and hey, you're successful, you got all the money that you need, everything that you need is taken care of, you're really not growing at all, you're just sort of in a static state. All of a sudden, what happens is things start coming apart for you. Things stop working. There are some experiences that people categorize as bad luck. You lose your job, you lose your house. Those things that you cared about are taken away from you. People in your experience die. We die here. This suit is not something in the place where we're at right now that exists forever. We have different bodies. Of course, we can't see those bodies. We can't sense them. Nor can we use or construct any tools using materials in this universe to actually measure these things. But they're there. They're right behind the scenes. You do have a tool to detect these and perceive these things. It's called the mind. However, you have to start using it before and want to use it before you can actually do it. The curious thing about the universe is it indulges any perception that you want. If you want to believe that you are just a organic machine and there's nothing really special about you, you're here as a function of chance, probability, and accident, and that you just happen to evolve, then the universe will indulge you until the point that you're made ready to wake up. And then things start getting a little odd for you. I know there's a lot of you out there that are seeing really odd things. You don't know why they're happening. Now, when you're in your life experience, everything's going great. All of a sudden, the nightmare things start becoming applied. Until you actually are brought to a point where you say, hey, okay, I've had enough. And when you make that choice, it's usually because things on the outside have been so terrifying that you will start looking anywhere for answers. And of course, those answers are only in one place, right inside. But you got to look. And most people are too afraid to look. So their lives then become so terrifying that they really have no other choice but to look inside. I did. My life got pretty scary. I was literally all my choices, all my free will, any constructive ability for this body and my will to actually improve my situation were removed from me. I was going to wake up, and I didn't have much choice. And everybody would like to say, hey, I got to this point because I made some moral decisions and I wanted to do that. That wasn't the way it was in my case. In my case, I was one of the ones that were drag kicking and screaming. And I was especially stubborn, and I guess stubbornness is a good quality as long as you know what to be stubborn about. However, I was stubborn about the wrong things. And thankfully, I was brought to a different place. Now, one of the ways to understand where you're at right now is to know that there are two basic aspects, the left brain and the right brain. Now, it's not the brain that creates your experience. The brain is simply a tool. It itself is a machine that you use in consciousness to see into the universe and to experience it. Nothing more. The brain doesn't create the mind. It just simply creates a tool such that the mind can actually perceive things. Now, our consciousness actually inhabits a brain that splits things into two different parts, that being the left brain and the right brain. Now, we can equate this as the left brain being the yang or male energy, or left brain. It deals in thinking, logic. It deals in separation of you and me. It is what provides the illusion that we're separate beings. It deals, again, in logic, mathematics. It deals in experience, in physicality. The right brain exists in unity. It is the yin energy. It is the female energy. Now, these are just labels, of course. It deals in intuition and inspiration. The two paradigms have no similarity whatsoever. In fact, I can't use this language because it's left brain language to describe a right brain paradigm. There's no congruency at all. It makes no sense to even look at it. However, what I can do is tell you what it's not. I can allude to it. However, it's incumbent on the listener to actually make that transition for themselves. I can at most show you the door. You have to go through it. I mean, there's a whole host of metaphors out there that actually describe this principle. But quite frankly, this is why I can't give you the answers. You have to come to them yourself. But you have to choose to be in that position. And until you do, these answers will elude you. For instance, there are those that are seeking the truth. They have really no concept of what they mean by the truth, but they're seeking it. They're also seeking their freedom, too. They don't know what it is. Now, when you're seeking, it's based on the premise that you don't already have it. If we simply realize that the truth is right in front of our face and accept it for what it is, wow, we don't have to look anymore. If we realize that freedom is not something that you fight for, it's not something that you get, it's something that you are. Life is the same way. How do you lose something that you are? You are life. So, it's very hard to think in left brain terms to point to right brain unity. Now you're in this body. The tool is split. The tool is split on purpose. And you're learning how to reconcile the two hemispheres, the two parts to consciousness. They're all one consciousness, because if you look at a yin and yang symbol, what are you looking at? One thing. There's really no break there. It is just differing aspects of one thing.